Hey guys, this is Rohith from Unraveltrading. So I've been getting a lot of requests from a lot of people who I closely work with, and they've been asking me to create trading content on YouTube. So here I am, finally decided to create my own YouTube channel, and I'm going to be using this platform to share my trades, go over charting setups, go over indicators and different strategies, and then talk about the overall market in general whenever we get the chance. I hope that you find my content useful, and I hope that it adds some kind of value to your trading. Uh, Without further ado, let's get started.
Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up, guys? What's up? Just waiting for folks to join. Oh my god, already got so many requests. How's everyone's weekend? Are you guys doing good? Yeah, I'm super tired actually, but I promised I'd do this live. I mean, I'm super sleepy. Yeah, this is not Vegas. Let's wait for folks to join. I got like 280 folks already. Already got questions on bounces. All right, let's see. Let me check the request. So do you guys want me to do this in a Q&A format, or do you guys want me to invite folks to ask questions? No, I'm not high. I swear I'm not high. Someone just... So I'm just going to invite folks. I'm just going to invite folks. I can see a lot of people requesting. Let me see. All right, let's see. All right. All right, someone said Q&A. All right. I don't know how to add the Q&A. Man, IG makes stuff really hard. All right, someone asked the questions. SPCE to the moon. All right, just ask me questions. I can see the questions here. All right. SPCE to the moon. I mean, I think SPCE is going to be a sell the news event, personally, because it's already had a pretty good run up. So folks ought to take profits. I mean, they did a test flight, but the success was priced in, right? So I don't really think there's going to be too much upside to it, but have to wait and see tomorrow morning, right? It's better to have no bias. I mean, if you're too biased at the open tomorrow and you go pretty heavy, IV is going to be pretty high. It's going to be a very risky trade. I'd just wait for the thing to resolve itself and then take the trade. Okay, let's see what are the questions. What's the watch list for 7/12/21? At the moment, I'm looking at Snow. Snow had a very strong session on Friday. It was up nearly $20. So right now, I'm looking to take Snow on a bounce tomorrow morning at the open. I think that'll be my main focus tomorrow morning. Take Snow on the bounce. We got pretty good option volume as well, so I think it's a pretty safe play. Snow on the bounce, and what else? Which other stock was very strong? Let me see. Snapchat was also very strong. but it's not in a pretty nice place for me. There's a lot of supply above. There's a lot of resistances above. So I'd probably just wait for Snap to settle down and then trade it. Still think it can go above 70 probably within the next 2 weeks. Yeah, snow bounce is the main watch for me tomorrow morning. And SPCE depending on how it opens. What bounce snow? Yeah, right now, let me see snow. Right now around the 260 area, but I want to see how it does pre-market. 260 is a solid support right now for snow. It's a key macro level that was broken. So 260 right now is a strong bounce area for snow. What do you think about Tesla? I'm just waiting for Tesla to either break 600 or 700. Until then, I'm not trading it. There's a lot of other plays that are doing pretty well, good volume and momentum. So I'm not going to trade Tesla when other stocks are doing well, right? Let me see. What do you base your bonds on? I think that's the most common asked question. So there's a lot of things, right? First thing I really like is macro levels, supports and resistance levels. So open your 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart, right? Plot those support and resistance levels. So those are always going to be key areas where stocks can bounce or reject, right? Because there's a lot of buyers and sellers. There's a lot of demand over there, right? That's number one. Number two, you guys got to ask yourself, as a stock market buyer, where would you buy a stock, right? You'd buy it at key support area. So the other forms of support are Fibonacci levels, right? Fibonacci, if you took AMU, you should know what Fibonacci retracement levels are, right? So 0.5, 0.3 for strong trends and 0.61. Those are the key areas where buyers are waiting, right? And as for time frame, look at the 1-hour chart, right? 1-hour chart, Fib levels, retracement levels, strong bounce areas, right? And the other places where you see a lot of demand is moving averages. You can take EMAs. The stronger the trend, the shorter the EMAs, right? So for strong trends, any EMA under 20 is a strong bounce area. And 20 to 50 is a normal trend. Beyond that, if it dips below the 50, I wouldn't take it as a bounce, right? Especially on macro levels. So those are the prerequisites. Entries and exits is purely based on level 2, right? You want to watch price action before you take any bounce. So for example, let me show you a watch list, right? Let me show you guys a watch list. Okay, let me see if I can turn it around. So this was Friday's watch list. Can you guys see my screen? Can someone say yes or no? Can you guys see my Word document? I'm just waiting for someone to say yes. All right. So this was Friday's watch list, right? So if you guys can see, I have Amazon 3700 to 3705 or 3685 bounce, right? Amazon bounced on 3705. It was around that area. That was the bounce, and it ran $40. So most common question people ask me, right? What if Amazon flushes through these levels? Meaning, what if it just breaks through 3700 and it doesn't bounce, right? So the first thing that you would look for is when a stock is approaching a key level, right? You want to see price movement slowing down, right? You want to see price movement slowing down. So what do I mean by that? So let me open Amazon real quick. Okay, let me remove all these indicators so that it's clear. Okay, so this is Amazon, right? Let me open a 5-minute chart. So this is on Friday. Okay, Amazon on Friday. Now, when the market opened, right, there was a panic pop. This is where a lot of traders probably lost money. So that's why I didn't trade the breakout. I waited for a bounce. Amazon was already up significantly pre-market. Okay, so the first thing you want to be looking for is when I have a bounce level, in this case it's 3700 to 3705, right? You want the stock price movement slowing down. So on the day when Amazon was actually dropping to this level, right, stock price actually slowed down a lot, right? You guys can see these candles wicking, right? That just shows you that, hey, there's a lot of buyers waiting here. This is also a key pre-market level. Actually, if I go back, right, this 3705, this is where the previous day we had a bounce. The stock made a big move, push. We had a bounce at this level, and then we took off, right? Same level. Stocks approaching the same level here, right? So there's a lot of buyers waiting there, right? Once I see price movement slowing down, I just open my level 2. If you guys open level 2, you can see a lot of buyers sitting there around this level, 3700 to 3705. So any dip around this level will get bought up, right? So that's the first cue. And it exactly bounced. You guys can see this, right? Amazon bounced, and the next candle, it actually went as high as here, got rejected again, and then afterwards it's just choppy, right? After that, it's just choppy, okay? So those are the few things that you need to be looking for. Price movement slowing down, right? Bid stepping up, meaning you want to see buyers stepping in, right? You want to see buyers stepping in. Anything. So whenever the stock ticks below 3705, you want to see the bid stepping up. You want to see the bids stepping up. You don't want to see the bids dropping. You want to see the bids stepping up, right? That's a cue. You don't have to hesitate because, so that's another thing. There's not going to be any risk-free trades, right? No matter what happens, you have to risk money to make money, right? If you're too scared to take a bounce, then you're not going to be able to trade. You shouldn't be scared of this red candle, right? Once you see strong price action, you got to get in, right? I mean, it's pretty funny because people are very comfortable trading breakouts when they're buying the absolute high. People buy here. They're not scared. People buy here on a green candle. They go all in. They're not scared to buy over here, right? They buy high, expecting to buy the stock to go even higher. That's just dumb, right? The risk reward is not worth it, especially on the opening bell candle when the stock is already up significantly, right? You wait for the key areas to bounce, buy it at a discount, take your profits, right? It's just common psychology. People always like to buy when things are positive and nice and bubbly. But that's just the opposite way, right? In the stock market, you want to buy when things are cheap, right? This is where all the technical buyers are. Demand zones are where all the technical buyers are, right? You want to buy at demand. You don't want to buy at supply, all right? So I hope that answered your question. Okay, let me see if there's any other questions. What indicators do you use? So I use the VWAP. That's one of the main indicators that I like to use, and I like to use EMAs for day trading, right? I don't use anything else for. Other than that, I use level 2 and just watch candlesticks. That's it, right? So one key thing about VWAP, especially intraday bounces, right? Intraday bounces, people always ask, hey, Unravel, you said that you're going to take it above VWAP. You're going to take it below VWAP. What do you mean by that? So in general, right, in the day trading world, especially if you're used to trading small cap stocks, right, there's one main rule. Bullish above VWAP and bearish below VWAP, right? What do I mean by that? All those traders, right, they're going to long a stock above VWAP and they're going to short a stock below VWAP, all right? So whenever you see a stock, right, it's a good trending stock. SPCE, for example, tomorrow, keep an eye on this, right? SPCE, I assume, will open green and it's going to sell off at some point, right? People are going to start taking profits, right? It's going to drop below VWAP, right? Keep watching it. It's going to consolidate for a while. And the moment it reclaims VWAP, right? The moment it reclaims VWAP, meaning when the stock breaks and closes above VWAP, right? Takes that level, right? Long that stock. You're going to get at least 1 or 2 candles worth of momentum, right? You're going to get 1 or 2 candles worth of green candles, 9 times out of 10. No strategy is 100%, but you're going to get at least 2 green candles that momentum push. Scalp that move. You're going to get on a weekly contract, you will get at least 10 or 20%, right? So this is a confirmed strategy. 9 by 10 times, it's going to work, right? Easy money. Same thing. You see stock consolidating above VWAP. The moment it breaks VWAP, flushes VWAP, all the technical sellers, all the technical people, right? They're going to sell, right? They're going to sell their stock, right? Especially those trading equity, right? Once they sell, stock's going to dump. The stock will dump. So you can scalp puts. That's another way to make some money. That's two strategies just using one indicator, right? And do this only on momentum stocks, right? You want the stock trending with good volume and momentum, right? 5-minute chart. Yeah, just use the 5-minute chart. Yeah. 5-minute. Okay. Just try it. I mean, you don't even have to try it. Just backtest this strategy. Just open your chart, watch for this price move, right? Someone has defined bonds. Watch for this price move above VWAP and below VWAP, right? And see how many times it works and how many times it doesn't work. Collect data, right? Collect data and then make your trade based on that data. That's how you trade, no matter what strategy. I can tell you 100 strategies, right? But you guys won't believe me if I say that, right? You have to try it yourself, see if it works, then make it work for you, right? Okay. So that's VWAP. EMAs, all of you know EMAs. I mean, you can Google what a moving average is, right? It's just a trend following indicator. Those are areas where some technical buyers are sitting. You can buy those EMA bounces for quick profits, right? That's it. All right, let me see what other questions we have. Yeah, I'll save this live to my channel, my page. Are you really 18? Yeah, I'm 18. That's yeah, I look 18, right? I'm just kidding. What's the watch list for tomorrow? I mean, for now, I like snow. As usual, I'll probably watch Amazon, Shopify, and all that stuff, but snow looks good right now based on Friday's close. I actually had snow on my watch list, but then I didn't like the option contract, so, I backed out of it. And yeah. Bounce breakout, which is most risky? Breakout is more riskier because you're buying the highs, expecting the stock to go higher. Right now, I'm a little cautious playing breakouts, especially because you guys know the indices, right? Indices are at all-time highs right now. Anytime I like to trade if you guys know me at all, I like to trade the first 10 to 15 minutes. If I chase a breakout and the bids give up on me, most commonly that happens in stupid stocks like Zoom and whatnot, Zoom, Roku's, the Beyonds, right? The bids just give up. The float's very low. So when the bids give up, the stock just flushes. Everyone sells. Classic bag holder short, so I don't like to trade breakouts during those time, right? Bounces is much better because whoever wants to sell is already selling. Technical buyers are going to bring back the stock, right? I like to do both, but right now bounces work better. Okay, I hope that was a good answer. Do you have a YouTube? I do have a YouTube, but I don't have any videos there. Like, I should probably upload some. Pre-market screeners. I mean, I just look for stocks that's the most green, right? Most green or most red, right? And I check the volume. Based on that, I try to plot my levels around it. Right? No need to complicate things, right? Especially when you're trading options, I'm not looking for some meme stock that's up or anything. I don't like to trade those stocks. I like to trade the stocks that's actually, a good stock, not a meme stock, right? So if Nvidia is really green on the day, or if Tesla is really red on the day with good volume, I want to trade that, right? I don't care which direction, as long as, there's good momentum. Okay, let me see what else. BIIB. I don't know what's up with that. So Friday was actually one on voice in the chat, and I saw that some news dropped and they started dropping. I didn't follow afterwards. I don't have any information on them. I gotta, read up. Let me see what else questions. Trading view setup. I'll make a video of it. I mean, it's going to be very time consuming if I, explain my setup right now. Yeah, BIIB spreads are massive. So even if you're going to trade it, I'd highly recommend trading equity. Any tips for growing a small account? Focus on small wins. That's what I would say. So what I see every time, right? People growing small accounts, they're very consistent for 1 or 2 weeks, right? They get good wins. And then out of a sudden, they just lose their discipline and they see something FOMO worthy, like SPCE tomorrow, right? People are already, I read this everywhere. People are like, this is going to 75, this is going to 80. Based on what? Like, this is going to 75, this is going to 80. Everything is a short squeeze. Everything is a short squeeze, right? Like, people can't trade for real, so they want everything to be a short squeeze, right? This is dumb. Don't create a bias like that, right? Never be so biased on any stock. You have to wait for pre-market to see what's happening, right? If the stock obviously opens so high, right? Are you going to still buy calls? That's just stupid, right? Don't be so biased on anything, right? Wait for the market to do its thing. Let buyers and bulls and bears battle it out, right? Let the sellers, whoever wants to sell, let them sell. Then you take the trade once the sentiment is confirmed, right? People, yeah, hopium, right? That's the word I forgot. See, Adam knows that. Hopium, yeah. Don't trade on hopium, right? Wait for the thing to, settle down. Let them battle each other out. Then execute the trade if there's a real setup, or else don't chase it, right? That's the key thing you can do as a trader. Be prepared for both sides. SPCE the last 2 weeks, right? Did you guys buy the bonds? I think it hit above 50 and then it just kept selling off on Friday. So that was the Friday I actually was flying to Atlanta, and I was thinking SPCE no bonds. I see people posting on Twitter, right? Oh my God, I couldn't exit. I lost 400,000, 200,000. Right? Yeah. So be careful being biased on anything, right? Just don't be biased. What's your stop loss number? I mean, I don't have a fixed stop loss. My stop loss is more mental. If I know I'm wrong, I get out, right? I don't stay in a trade. So if I know I'm wrong, or if I see the market switching directions or whatever, right? I don't care if I'm just down 5%, I just get out, right? I just get out. That's just me, guys, because I'm not attached to any trade. Even sometimes I take profits 10%. People are like, why don't you hold the stock, right? I don't care, 10% or 15%. It's all adds up for me, right? And that's all that matters. Okay. And anyway, coming back to the question, to grow a small account, right? Focus on the small wins. Don't trade stupid stocks. Trade only what you have in your plan, right? Trade only what you have in your plan. Every day you see me post on IG, right? There is actually one thing you would have noticed if you actually pay attention. Post my watch list along with it, right? I post my watch list along with it, and I only trade those stocks. Go back to all my posts. Go back to all my Instagram posts, right? Whatever I post, right? I have a watch list. I trade that plan. I don't do anything else. I don't trade any other stocks, right? Even if I do trade, it's probably I make like $100 or something, like very small gain, right? Focus on the plan, execute your plan, try to accumulate small wins, be patient, your account will grow, right? Do you offer one-on-ones? No, I don't. Are you in Chicago? Okay, any other questions, guys? Trading questions. BIIB FDA investigation news. All right. Good to know. What book to read for an option beginner learning option? So this again, this is something that someone asked me on Friday, right? So if you're starting out, right? If you know the basics, if you know what a support is, if you know what a resistance is, if you know what a trend line is, right? If you know how to read candlesticks, you know chart patterns, right? And all of that stuff, right? If you know all of that, don't keep reading the same thing over and over again, right? I see people knowing the basics and they keep doing the same thing. They read like 100 books on the same support and resistance levels, right? What's the point? What's the point of reading the same thing over and over? If you know all the basics, right? Try to watch charts. Watch the market, do your homework, prepare for day, show up every day. Show up every single day, right? Even if you're not trading, show up every single day. That's how you're going to learn. You're going to learn by actually watching the market. That's the way to learn. You're not going to learn by, by buying some $200, $300 book. I've never bought some books like that, right? Just watch the market, back test, rinse, repeat. I'm just keeping it real, right? I don't have anything to sell. So don't do the same things over and over and expect results, right? Just show up every day, even if you're not trading. Watch, watch, watch. It'll go into your head. It'll become second nature. Okay? Was your Friday called? Or everything was scalp. I mean, on Wise, I kept it pretty light. We did Apple, 2 bounces on Apple, and then a bounce on Roku. So we did 3 trades. All right. When you get in on a bounce, what's your indication to get in at that point? Like I said, right? I'll post the video so you can watch it again. I mainly plot my levels based on a number of things. I watch support and resistance levels on macro charts, 1 hour, 4 hour charts. If there is a Fibonacci level, I would plot that also, right? And I see for confluences of moving average. If you took AMU, you know what area of confluence is, right? So where a number of things converge at a single point, those are the places where buyers and sellers are going to be waiting, okay? And I enter based on level 2. Do you think the 1 minute candle is useful at all? No, I don't think so, because there's not a lot of data. It's just noise, in my opinion. But there are traders who use the 1 or 2 minute or 3 minute charts. How do you handle tax? Please talk to your CPA. I'm not the right person to answer those questions. Can you plot a fib for an example? Sure. Apple, I can show you exactly what we did on Apple on Friday. This is a trade that we took on Friday. People in the chat can confirm. Whoever was on voice can confirm. All right. 144.8 bounce. Okay. Let me just quickly make sure that I have this ready. Okay. All right. Okay. So currently I'm in the 1 hour chart. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but you guys can see I have plotted my fib level here, which was the pre-market low on the day, right? On Friday 9th, this was the pre-market low. The 1 fib level was 142.54. Yeah. Okay. See what happened on Apple. What did I say when I first hopped on voice? Apple super strong. Apple super strong. Wait for a pullback. We're going to long that pullback and make money. Now, obviously, I took next week's contract, so I only made like $3,000. But 0DT is absolutely killed that day on Apple, right? Friday, Apple. Okay. So first thing, first 2 hours, the sentiment, right? First 1 hour is another sentiment, 2 hours sentiment. This is going to go up and it's going to stay up. So sentiment was already set for Apple. Okay. See what happened. High of the day, we started wicking around 145.65, right? So that's my high point. Now, I already said that I was looking to long Apple at the VWAP level, and there was a convergence of 0.23 level, right? 144.9, pretty close to 144.8. But you guys, if you were in voice, I told you I'm going to start adding the moment it drops to that level. It's an area, it's not a perfect level, right? So 144.8590, I was adding, right? So this is the first bounce we took, the second bounce we took. This is the exact area, right? Not a perfect move, but you guys can see the buying pressure here, right? Now tomorrow what's going to happen is this area is going to act as a support. This 144.8 area, which was respected once, twice, thrice, 4 times in the after hours, right? The strong support area. If it flushes this, you can probably take the trade the next time it reclaims this level, right? So that's how you got to plan for the trade. Okay, but this was the bounce that we took on Friday. See, fib level, VWAP, and a pre-market high over here. The previous day, 144.8 was the resistance. Resistance turned support. Okay, so now you guys can see the confluence, right? This resistance became support. It was also the area of the VWAP, and it was also the area where the fib level, the 0.2023 level, also converged. Okay, so I have 3 confirmations, and the sentiment was already set on Apple, the first two 1 hour candles. So it was a pretty easy trade for me to just bounce it. Okay, right, so when you get so many confirmations, like what else do you need, right? People always look for, the 100% trade. Once you get so many confirmations, just take the trade. What's the worst thing that can happen, right? Worst thing that can happen is going to flush that level and you can stop out at that point, right? Don't be scared. Just take the trade, right? You are doing your due diligence, right? That's all you need. Okay. Don't ask me those questions, guys. How much money did you make last month? What time frame did you draw? So fib levels, I like to draw on intraday 5-minute time frames too. But in this example, for visibility's purpose, I showed it you on the 1-hour chart. If I switch it to the 5-minute chart, it's going to be the same thing. Let me show you guys. So that's the cool thing about fib levels, right? It's all charts. You can see the prettier picture here, right? Pre-market lows, fib low, highs, right? And if you were in the chat, you know that I didn't chase any of here. You guys were on live, right? Or I was on voice. I told you not to chase anywhere here, right? I told you not to buy the dip. There were EMAs here. I told you not to buy the dip here. Waited here until here, and then we got the big volume pop. We bought exactly at this point, and we took the trade, right? And why did we choose 144.80? It was the level it bounced earlier in the day. Previous day, that was a key level here as well, right? That was the level where it acted as resistance. Okay? All right. Sammy, I hope that answered your question. I think Sammy was the one who asked me that. Do you draw fib levels from top to bottom or bottom to top? So if you took AMU, you should know that. For uptrends, you got to always draw bottom to top, right? For downtrends, you draw top to bottom. You want the 100% level always at the bottom for uptrends. Yeah. The 200 EMA is above 50 EMA, and the 20 short-term EMAs should always be above the long-term EMA. So that's bullish. Alternate is bearish. That's it. No need to complicate it. How many contracts do you buy in a trade? My risk depends on a lot of factors, guys. It depends on the market. It depends on my own confidence in the trade, right? There is no set risk. So I'm experienced enough to know when to back off and when to go on the offense, right? So Friday, I was not feeling 0DT contracts at all. Even though all my trades hit, I was not feeling confident on any 0DT contracts because I thought that the market was going to be choppy. So I took next week contracts. So I couldn't make as much, right? I think it was like 6.9K or something I made on Friday, right? So on a good day, I could size up and even trade weekly contracts, but sometimes I may back off. It just depends on my mood, my sentiment, my confidence, the markets, overall sentiment, what number of factors. Okay. Do you leave runners? I don't leave. So on scalps, I have a tendency to just take profit on everything because when I leave runner on a scalp, right, it usually dips. And I don't like babysitting trades. It's just personally me. If I leave something, 1 or 2 contracts, right, I like to stay and watch that play out. That's just me, so I don't leave runners. If I'm going to enter something, I just re-enter the trade. I hate babysitting trades, right? Even if it's just one contract, I just want that position closed, right? Do you swing much? Not in this market. I'm doing some equity swings, but not on the option side. What indicates you to buy at the morning bell? Pre-market action. So I like to see if the stock is trending up by a decent amount. So if you took AMU, you know what a momentum trade is, right? You want to see at least the stock up at 2 or 3% or something like that, or at least been on a good uptrend or a downtrend, right? So that's when I know that the sentiment is good. And that's when I know that if the stock dips, buyers are going to, hold the level or whatnot. Do you ever day trade? Yeah, all I do is day trade. Is VWAP better to use after the first hour? VWAP should be always considered, right? Typically for good trending stocks, you will see the stock trading above VWAP. Uptrends, you'll see the stock trading above VWAP all the time. When the VWAP shifts, when the stock breaks below VWAP, that's when sentiment shifts, right? people are going to start dumping their shares, right? So always keep an eye on VWAP, but yeah, your opportunity probably comes later in the day for good trending stocks. Is there something to look out for a false breakout? That's actually a good question. So let me actually, in the current market, every market is different. In the current market, right? If you see, I'm going to give you guys an example. If you see Amazon trending, Tesla trending, Shopify trending, right? Nvidia trending, AMD trending, right? Those stocks are trending. Focus on trading those stocks, right? You're not going to run into false breakout because there's going to be so much volume on those stocks. Hundreds and thousands of people are going to be trading those stocks. So you trade those stocks. What I see a lot, right? People have a 100 stock watch list, right? They're not going to even trade that. They're just going to have that watch list, right? They're going to try to trade that when the market opens. No one's going to be trading that. So when the stock breaks a key level, there's no buyers to keep that. So suppliers just slam the brakes on it and it results into a false breakout, right? You want volume. You want everyone to be looking at the same thing that you're going to be trading, right? You want hundreds of people to trade the same stocks. Trade those stocks. If you're day trading, trade the highest volume mover on the day, right? At least whatever is the sentiment is at. Wait for the market to open at least, right? Wait for the market to open 5-10 minutes. See which is the greenest stock or see which is the reddest stock. Stock is red, most red, right? Choose those stocks. Plot a key level, bounce, reject, whatever it is. Trade those. Your day trading, all you need is 2 or 3 plays, right? You don't have to trade hundreds of stocks. 2 or 3 stocks every day, you're done for the day. You'll hit your goal, right? You just have to focus on minimizing your list. Don't try to catch everything in the market. You're going to lose. It's going to put a lot of toll on your mental health. Don't do that, right? That's why you see me done for the day, every day at half an hour or 1 hour. Even if I trade after that, it's going to be on very small size, right? Yeah, I'll save the live, guys. Don't worry. Snow on Friday was a fake breakout at the open. Really? I mean, Fridays are Friday, right? Fridays are Friday. So yeah, Friday is just a classic bag holder shot. So let me explain another strategy, right? So there is a concept called as bag holder shot. Okay, pay attention, guys. Bag holder shot. Okay, what a bag holder shot setup means is when a stock is trending with a strong momentum, all right? There's momentum in the stock. Everybody wants to get in. Everybody wants to get in that play. They want to make money, right? The stock pops right at the open. It happens to Amazon. It happens to Shopify. It happens to a lot of stocks. The stock opens pretty green. You see this big green? Let me show you guys. You see these big green candles on snow, right? Everybody bought. This is the pre-market high. Most technical traders would have bought at the pre-market high. So from 251 to 257, the stock made a $5 move, right? Now, what do you think happened here? There's a lot of bag holders, right? People chased this trade. Everyone thought that this is going to just keep going up. A lot of people chased this. That's why we call it as bag holders. There's a lot of bag holders, right? And the moment they see a slightest sign of weakness, right? The moment they see, pay attention, the moment they see a slightest sign of weakness, they're going to start being scared. We broke VWAP. Now, what did I say in this lesson earlier on? Now, what did I say? Above VWAP bullish, below VWAP bearish. The moment this guy broke below VWAP and closed below VWAP, they flushed it. They just flushed it. There's nothing wrong with the trade. You just had to, even if you traded the pre-market high, you should have taken profit once this candle closed. Now there's a lot of bag holders. They flushed VWAP. Boom, a lot of profit taking, right? Now, why did these candles start wicking here again? Pre-market lows. Pre-market lows. People bought the dip here. People chased here. People bought the dip here. Where did we? First was a VWAP rejection. We reclaimed VWAP here. See what happened. What did I say? Bullish above VWAP, bearish below VWAP. Just edge this to your brain, right? Bullish above VWAP, bearish below VWAP. All right? That's how the market works. Don't chase. Wait for your chance. If you longed it here, that's where the volume came in. See the volume bars. This dead volume here. There was just accumulation here. Once VWAP broke, true buyers came in, right? VWAP broke, buyers came in. Pre-market high broke, more buyers came in, right? There was some selling here, but then continued to squeeze later on the day, right? It never reclaimed VWAP. So it looks very strong tomorrow, right? Looks very good for tomorrow. I like it. You'll probably most likely see me include this in the watch list tomorrow. I hope that was helpful. Okay. What VWAP do you use? I mean, VWAP, 5-minute VWAP on the 5-minute or whatever chart it is. If you don't understand, you guys can review this, right? Short review on how to read level 2. I mean, level 2 is just consist of all the pending orders, buying and selling, right? So when you see a stock approaching a key level, I mean, this is something Friday someone asked me to. So this, I can teach you how level 2 looks like, right? But the only way you can truly understand the supply and demand, the sentiment behind the movement, right, is by actually watching level 2. I don't think any trader, even if they promise you something, right, the only way you can actually master level 2 is by actually watching it, right? Show up every day, keep watching it. Okay. All right. Let me see if there's some other questions. PayPal, I don't like to trade PayPal. It's just too slow from me. The float is, it moves too weird for me. I don't trade PayPal that often. If I do trade it, it's probably on small size. How to use QQQ SPY when trading other stocks. So in the current market, right, you can keep, my advice to trading the current market, keep an eye on the indices, but don't be too focused on the indices, right? Because there's so many stocks that are rallying or declining, they're not even following the indices, right? So Amazon on its good day, right, it just goes. It just goes. Like it's just been crazy. I've like had so much FOMO on Amazon these last few weeks. It's just crazy price action. They don't even follow the indices. So keep an eye on the indices, but trading it's at all-time highs. Everyone knows the market is overvalued. We need a correction. All that everyone knows. You don't need you don't need rocket science to know that market's overvalued every week. Roku's trading at 80 times earnings. So obviously that is overvalued, right? Okay. So, but you can't be too biased. So react to the price that you're seeing, react to the momentum that you're seeing, trade that. But keep an eye on the indices, right? The whole market is flushing and you see all the major stocks also flushing. That's your cue to just flip your direction, right? Trade puts or short the stock, right? Until then, be long. That's my cue. Everything is extended, but the market is bullish. All right, that's the current that is the current market. What platform do you use to execute your trading? Thinkorswim is actually I moved to Dash Trader connected to Interactive Brokers, but I'm taking it easy on that account. I'm focusing on my main account, which is Thinkorswim. How do you determine when a play is a scalp when you wait for a second entry breakout? I mean, most of my plays are just scalps. So I just try to capture 1 or 2 candles worth of momentum and I take profit. Second entry, I usually say second entry on a breakout because let's say I'm going to give you guys an example. Let me open Netflix, right? Let me open Netflix because Netflix is a trade that we took in the chat. Wait, where is that? I don't know when we took that. I think here it is. Okay. Okay. So you guys can see this, right? Netflix 538, I signaled in the chat the other day, I think last week, July the 6th, right? So I said Netflix second entry. The reason I said Netflix second entry was because, take a look at this, the most recent past, we had one rejection. We didn't make it past there, right? Netflix has been so super choppy, but it's going to go. One of these days, it's going to rally like crazy. I don't know when it is, 9 days until earnings. So I could, go one day. But anyway, so what I want to show you guys here is I said Netflix second entries. Look at what happened. First, when the market opened, 15-minute, 537.70, big rejection, bag holder rejection, held the pre-market highs, right? Held the pre-market highs, a little bit of consolidation, broke the 538. I actually scalped this for a $1 move. But then I told that momentum is very slow, it's going to reject. And it rejected, held the VWAP, The second time it took 538, it actually went as high as this level again and then dropped. But then it went as high as 540, right? So this is a choppy stock, but you would have lost more money here than here, right? This is a second entry play. You waited to buy the dip. The second time it broke that 538, you took the trade. You got a $2 move instead of a $1, and then it held the same level. It went as high as 541, but then it jumped. This is actually maybe a bad example, but second entry is nothing but you take the trade at the second time it breaks that level. Okay. Sometimes Netflix is just a bad example for that. The stock is just too choppy. But one of these days, it's going to go. I'm just waiting for the day Netflix rallies again. It's one of those stocks that's been lagging. There's a lot it can do. The 538 level, again, it's below that. It could break tomorrow. Who knows? Hey, Mike. 99% stop loss, always, Mike. We always trade on vibes. How to develop a trader's mindset. Don't give up. Show up every day. Keep watching charts. You will develop your own mindset, right? Just don't give up. Just keep showing up every day. That's what I tell anyone, right? Just show up every day. And even though trading is not supposed to be glamorous, you're not going to give huge gains every single day. Some days it's just going to be super boring, right? But just show up every day, do your homework, and you're going to develop your edge. Yeah, buy AMC, GME, Mike tomorrow, right? We're going to do that. How much would you recommend to start trading with? That's 3,000 is good, but 5,000 is great. If you have 5,000, that's a very good amount to start. You can keep your position size very, very small. Try to focus only on the highest probability trades. You can double your account in a couple of months, right? But focus on the process. So right now I gave you guys so many setups, right? Above VWAP bullish, below VWAP bearish. I told you EMA bounces. We spoke about, we spoke about our pre-market low bounces, Fibonacci bounces. These are actually strategies, right? Only focus on trades where these conditions are satisfied. Don't take random trades, right? If these conditions hit, take those trades, or else don't, right? Okay, some jokes in the comments. Started with 5K, now have 1.5K. Then focus on the perfect setups. 1.5K, you can it's still you're not too late to turn it around, right? Focus on few types of setups, execute those setups. Do you have a public study on TradingView? I think I do, but I wanted to modify someone's code and I did something on my own, but it's not, I don't really use that. What's your favorite strategy? I mean, I like to trade breakouts and bounces. That's it. The bounces can be based on a number of things, right? How to pull up Fibonacci levels, right? So on TradingView, under the third row, let me show you guys. So on TradingView, this, right? Open that. You got retracements and extensions, right? Choose one of that. Last big loss. February actually was hard for me personally, right? So I started my TOS account 40K start of the year, right? I had a very good January month. February, I had a pretty good couple of weeks, but then the last week I erased 1-2 weeks worth of profits, and then I had to really size back down. Especially, I think that's the time when Thinkorswim also had the pretty bad executions and whatnot, right? So February was really hard for me. I lost a lot of gains, week worth of gains. But then I slowly recovered and, things were good. Last year, Zoom was my biggest loss. Zoom, I took a 20K loss on Zoom, right? Zoom was a very bad trade. The bids just gave up on Zoom one day. There was all these broker outages and whatnot. Zoom was just a terrible stock. I stopped trading Zoom after that. Anyway, active trader, or do you set up orders and change your limits? I mean, so even if you use active trader, right? If you execute on limits, sometimes you may not get filled, right? So what you can do is cancel that and retry, so submit your orders again, or you can just execute off the ladder, right? You can pay above the bid, pay above the ask, and just get filled. Yeah, another thing, guys, losses are part of the game, right? Losses are part of the game. So if you are too scared to trade because of a loss, then you're never going to make money, right? Yeah. Lots of ice cube soup in February, like Adam says, right? Lots of ice cube soups. I had Maruchan pork flavor ramen in February. Yeah. Zoom was just a weird trade, right? Zoom is a classic bag holder shot. It broke out, right? And once it started dumping, there was no bounce. I was wait. My mistake from that was there was no bounce for me to exit, right? I was waiting for a bounce and it just dumped. And premiums, Zoom premiums, right? Everything dumped, right? Lost like 50% on that, right? I couldn't get out, and I'm thankful that I didn't try to average down. That's the thing that would have just buried me, right? I'm glad that I didn't do that.